Hello, juniors. This is Ms. Prosnick, your college and career advisor. And I know that a lot of you guys have questions about testing this year, and hopefully I can show you where you can find some additional information as you're exploring your testing options. So from the Northgate main page, if you scroll down under resources, you can find the link to the College and Career Center webpage. And there's a lot of information in here, including action plans, information about financial aid, about Naviance in general, upcoming events. And I also do have a tab about testing. So for both the PSAT as well as SAT. And they really are um, they go hand in hand. So as you are hoping to prepare for the PSAT, if you're looking to take that in January, I encourage you to actually explore a lot of the information on our SAT page. But I'll first go to the PSAT page. So here you can find some quick information as it relates to this exam. It's a practice exam for the SAT, although I think it can also be very helpful if you're planning to take the ACT because it has you in a test environment. So we have all of our students in person at school with a proctor, with other students taking the exams with dedicated time for the exam. So it's kind of a really neat practice in that way. It ends up being just under 3 hours total for the actual exam. And as this is a practice SAT exam, we are only looking at those 3 sections that the SAT offers. It's a little bit different from the regular SAT in that the SAT has a maximum score of 1600. And of course, we're a little bit less than that because it is a shorter exam. But the idea is really for you to get a feel for the exam and how well you might do when it comes time to take the SAT. Also, the scoring is done by College Board. So all of your tests are sent to the College Board and they will score it and send you back an official score report. So it's just kind of a neat way to go through the entire system. And if you scroll down on this page, we have the links to the College Board webpage as well as the Khan Academy practice page. So you can, hopefully practice for that exam. If you do really well on the exam, you might qualify for the National Merit Scholarship Program. Students who take the PSAT National Merit Scholarship qualifying test in January are automatically considered for that scholarship program. If you are not able to take this exam, but you still think that you could possibly qualify, if you click on the link here on my webpage, it'll take you to the National Merit Scholarship Program page. And if you scroll down a little bit more, you will find that if you're not able to take the PSAT, they have a resources page where you can go to and you can put in for your alternative entry into the program. And basically that requires for you to submit an application by April 1st of next year and to complete an SAT testing by June of next year, so of June of 2021. So going back to my page, in preparing for the PSAT or the SAT, I encourage you to go to my SAT webpage. I'm in the process of updating this right now, but you can find some basic information about the SAT and I'll be adding some more shortly. I want to highlight though, down here, I have some links to some practice sites that might be very helpful. Both the ACT and the SAT have excellent practice web pages and sites. I particularly like how the SAT, if you go to their practice page, you can actually download 8 different full exams. So you can have at home your own mock exam sitting where maybe another family member is going to be timing you and proctoring you for the exam, and it'll run you through the entire system. And then you can, self score yourself and figure out how you're doing. Also, SAT uses Khan Academy to help you practice for the exam. ACT has ACT Academy, and both of those really run you through the material that you can expect on the exams to make sure that you are prepared for it. So in addition to the official ACT and SAT practice pages that have a ton of resources, there's also a number of tutoring services, both locally as well as online nationally, who might be able to assist you. And within those services, oftentimes they offer as part of their marketing tactics for you to be able to take a free practice exam. And so these are usually completely online, so a little bit different from sitting down in person. But the idea is to really give you an idea of the types of questions that will be asked during the exams. And some of them, Kaplan normally offers it pretty regularly on Saturdays. They'll also hold mock combo exams, so you can see how a question on the ACT exam differs from the SAT exam. So that's another kind of neat resource to figure out. And then the final thing that I just want to bring up at this point is for our class of 2022, I think it's a really good idea to still plan on taking the SAT and or the ACT sometime this year, this upcoming year. Normally, most colleges will allow for you to take the exam for college admissions through December of your senior year, with some exceptions if you're applying early action or some other schools that might use October as the last test date. At this time, we don't know exactly how the availabilities of tests will be or if there will be changes in that testing policy. So it's not a bad idea to make sure that as you are exploring colleges, that you follow them on social media and make sure that you are getting their notifications out to students and families regarding their policy, so that if there are any changes for this upcoming year, that is, if a school decides to go test optional or not use SAT or ACT this upcoming year, or decides that they will be using it, that you are aware of that so that you are not putting in effort that may not be required. I find most of our that all of the schools that this past year who went test optional have just done an excellent job of putting out that information, but also making sure that their admissions policies were very holistic, and that if they said that they were test optional due to the pandemic this past year, the students who had the exams were not being at an advantage over students who were not able to take the exams. And so it has been very reassuring for me personally to be having that information coming from universities. And I highly, highly encourage you as you're going through the college admissions process to be in direct contact with any of the schools that you're looking to apply to. They're all fabulous about their communications, and they have amazing people in their admissions office to really help you navigate this process, in addition to the information, of course, that I'm able to provide you. If you have any additional questions about testing at all or anything moving forward, please feel free to reach out to me. If you go again to the College and Career Center webpage, please feel free to explore the action plans, but also from the main page, you can always schedule a meeting with me, or else you can email me. My email's right there on that main page. So I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I will talk to you soon.